I just recently read this story about this Nazi. His name was Ernst Goebbels. He and his men were executing children one day, but he didn't like the way his guards were grabbing kids by their hair before they shot them in the back of the head and tossed them in a mass grave. He actually ordered his men to stop grabbing the kids by their hair, and I quote, "Kill them in a more decent way."
If you could end a Holocaust with a simple change in lifestyle, would you do it? We're going to go ask the public to find out. Alright, so if you could end a Holocaust with a simple lifestyle change, would you do it?
Yes.
Sure.
You would?
Yeah. Yes.
You would? Okay, so if you could end a Holocaust with a simple lifestyle change, would you do it?
Yeah.
You would?
Well, depending what the change was, but yes.
Have you heard of the animal Holocaust?
The what, sorry?
Animal Holocaust?
What's that, sorry?
Have you heard of the animal Holocaust?
No.
Have you heard of the animal Holocaust?
No.
What do you think of it?
Oh, to be honest, mate, it's a bit of bullshit, eh?
Bit of bullshit?
Linking the human Holocaust to our treatment of animals has long sparked controversy, disgust, and outrage.
What do you think of vegans that draw comparisons to the Jewish Holocaust and what happens in the meat and dairy industry?
I reckon it's disgraceful.
It's disgraceful?
Yeah.
I think it's a bit extreme because, you know,
What?
animals are raised for that and...
That justifies it, yeah?
Oh, it doesn't really.
We're in the 21st century now. We're innovation. Like what the Aborigines used to meat. Did they used to use what they're trying to tell me is they use tofu these days. Well, what the Aborigines used back in the 17th, like everything comes back to the principles used back in the early days.
What do you think of vegans who compare the Jewish Holocaust to what happens in the meat and dairy industry?
It's a big difference.
I happened to visit a slaughterhouse where I saw terrified animals subjected to horrendous crowding conditions while awaiting their deaths, just as my family members were in the notorious Treblinka death camp.
It's different, like people in the Holocaust were killed because they couldn't choose the way they were, and animals are raised to be like this. It's not like they've really had any other choice.
What's the difference?
The difference, man has a soul, an animal has not got a soul.
They don't know any different, they never had freedom.
It's okay if a slave's always been a slave?
They should be treated the same as like you would treat a person.
Do you treat animals the same as you treat people?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you eat animals?
It's hard, like I understand from both sides. You're never going to stop meat and all of the produce from animals. That's never going to happen, and it's horrible that that's the way it is, but that is the way it is.
No soul?
No.
They don't suffer the same?
Oh, I believe an animal can suffer, alright. An animal doesn't have the soul, so they aren't going to heaven or hell when they die.
You're vegan?
Well, no.
So that justifies killing them?
Depending.
Nothing you can do will help change it?
Or I think you can help reduce the way that animals are treated, like the conditions you can improve.
Humane?
Yeah, you can make them humane.
There is no such thing as humane when it comes to meat, cheese, milk, and eggs.
Do you want to watch a 1 minute video, you guys? Anyway, would you like to watch a 1 minute video?
Oh no, if it's going to be like people getting sliced.
This is the most humane method in Australia.
Oh no.
Do you want to watch a 1 minute video?
Yeah, I would.
I'll show you why that we draw comparisons to the Jewish Holocaust.
What the industry don't want us to know is that water and high levels of carbon dioxide form carbonic acid on their eyes and every surface. In their last minutes, these pigs are burning from the inside out.
Pigs are as intelligent as a 3-year-old child, did you know that?
No, I didn't.
That's a gas chamber. They're terrified, aren't they? This is the most humane method. It's called the gas chamber. Have you heard of that before?
Yeah.
Where? Germany?
Yeah.
What happens is the carbon dioxide burns them from the inside out.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Who breeds these? The same guys that killed them?
That would be pretty terrifying, yeah?
Oh my god.
Humane slaughter.
Humane slaughter, humane rape, humane slavery, humane Holocaust do not exist.
Is that what you're talking about?
Oh my god. What?
Oh my god.
It's not real great, eh?
Is that what you're talking about when you said humane?
Oh my god. What?
Do you eat pork?
Oh my god.
So what did Hitler do to the Jews? Chucked them in gas chambers too, eh? But we slaughter 150 billion animals every year for food, entertainment and medical sort of experimentation.
Yeah, research and bullshit.
Do you think animal suffering matters less than human suffering, or human suffering matters more?
I think that human suffering should be dealt with first.
Why?
So, why? Humans are more important.
So do you think animal suffering matters less than human suffering?
Not at all. No.
I think animals suffer more, but at the same time they're getting reproduced at a higher rate too.
So do you think that because we think we're superior to animals that makes that okay?
We're animals.
That's the real lesson of the Holocaust, isn't it? That people could do everything and anything to those that they deemed subhuman, which is, of course, what we do to the animals.
We're more superior?
Yeah.
Okay, Adolf Hitler had that same stance against Jewish?
You can say that, but again, that's a very bad comparison. We're talking about animals, we're talking about people.
We're animals.
We're animals. We're breeding them to kill them. Is it natural?
No, I definitely wouldn't say it's natural, but
Do you think it's morally right?
I'd have to agree that it's not morally right. At the same time, I eat multiple meat products too.
Do you think that's hypocritical?
To a degree, yes.
Did that change your view on eating animals?
It did. That's disgusted me, to be honest.
Yeah. So what do you think about eating animals now?
I don't know, it's put me off it a bit.
That upset you?
Yeah.
The fact that it would make us cry, so that obviously it hits home.
something.
Would you change your food choices after knowing that?
I'm going home and I'm changing right now. I ate bacon this morning. Oh.
Have you heard of vegan diet, vegan lifestyle, where you don't
Yeah.
contribute to any suffering? Would that be something you'd think about?
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
She knows, yeah.
But you see, it's not me, it's not my family. In your head, they are fighting.
That maybe you should take some action tomorrow. I would. That's a good place to start. All right. You okay?
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's a bit shocked.
The truth is a bit shocking sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't do this for no reason. Like, no one knows about this. That's why I show them.
In your head.
Oh my god.
So being vegan is the only way you can reduce suffering like that from happening.
My mum's vegan actually.
Your mum's vegan?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of that. She's aware of what happens, and
You should follow in those footsteps, dude. So you can understand why we compare it to the Jewish Holocaust. Jewish Holocaust was 12 million people. Animals are 2 billion a week.
People almost don't want to know.
Do you want to watch a quick 1 minute video and then I'll ask you the last question?
That'll do me for now.
Okay, so I noticed you couldn't watch that. Do you want to watch a 1 minute video? Have a look.
no,
Do you want to look at humane slaughter? So if it's not good enough for your eyes, why is it good enough for your stomach?
Another mother's breaking. Heart is taking over. The violence caused such silence. We must be mistaken. It's the same old scene since 1916 in your head.
Do you think animal suffering matters less than human suffering?
No, I don't think it matters less. I think we have a natural tendency to care more for our own species. I understand where that comes from. I might care more about my mum than I would for a stranger, but that doesn't change my behaviour towards a stranger. I wouldn't cause unnecessary suffering to a stranger.
It doesn't justify it.
Zombie, 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 what's in your head?
Do you think some humans feel that they're superior to animals, so that justifies it?
Absolutely, we get that a lot. Again, I understand where that thought starts. I think once we start to include other lives in our moral compass and realise that we are all wanting the same needs, survival, freedom from harm, freedom from fear, freedom from suffering, then we realise that there's no need to do that to other lives.
The same old scene since 1916.
So the guy killing him, that's his job, but we sort of, by buying the products, we pay that, we make that happen.
Yeah.
The blood's on everyone else's hands.
In their bombs, in their guns, in your head, they are fighting.
For the animals, all men are Nazis, and life is an eternal Treblinka.
The truth is a bit shocking sometimes, isn't it? Yeah.
And like people are like, we like eating meat, like you need to respect my decision. No.
When your decision stops affecting someone else, then I respect your decision. So.